Yeah. Get that up on that. You should see your handsome face.
Gotta go a little bit higher.
Still gotta go higher or lower.
That might work.
Gotta look higher. How about now?
Way too high now. Yeah, a little bit better.
Yeah, there we go. We are already live on here on YouTube, and we are about to go live on Facebook in 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everybody. This is your guy Sam Hutchins from the It's a Wrap with Reggie and Sam podcast. Hopefully, I'll be joined shortly by my partner, Mr. Reginald Rutledge. With me today, I have State Senate candidate Mr. William Golden. He's running for State Senate, and we are wanting and to get to know him. And Mr. Golden, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to my audience. And again, welcome to the It's a Wrap with Reggie and Sam podcast.
Thank you very much. My name is William GAULDEN. I live in Athens. I'm the vice chairman of the Democrat Party in Athens.
All right. And any more? We don't have a live audience, but we got a good audience. One of these days, but we aspire to. We got 10,000, almost 10,000 subscribers, but no sponsor, but we getting that too. Mm-hmm. But again, thank you so much for coming on the show. And as I said in the promo, and when I was promoting this earlier, what I was telling people was that a best voter is an informed voter, somebody who knows the positions and what that they're voting for. They're not blindly just following somebody. And I think that's really important, especially in this political climate that we live in. And my brother and I were having this conversation not too long ago. And what we were discussing was that people and their inability to think for themselves, you know, to make up their own minds, is not just detrimental to them anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, it has an adverse effect on everyone. Yeah. You know, because you may be following somebody down a rabbit hole, and then you get down that rabbit hole, and you're like, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for.
That's true.
But lo and behold, that's why I say the best kind of voter is an informed voter. So, and that was why I wanted you to have you to come on, and you say qualified is in March. I believe that's what you were telling me earlier before we went on.
First week of March.
First week of March. Okay. We don't have anybody in the live chat yet, but we hope to have somebody soon. Listen, one of the questions that I wanted to ask you was, what do you see as, what difference in what areas do you think you can make in your district in Athens?
Well,
as a state senator.
Yes, as a state senator, it covers more than just Athens. I cover part of Barrow, part of all of Oconee, Walton County, and part of Gwinnett. And I hope to
really, I did not know that.
It is a large district. What I hope to do is be an influential person in this as I run, to develop relationships and to show people that I'm here and I'm wanting to fight for them on the state level.
And a lot of times when people just think that their vote doesn't matter, but then they wonder why their portion of the state is in this condition that it's in, because it pretty much reflects that attitude that you got, that it doesn't care. So if you think it doesn't care, guess what? To somebody who can help you, you don't matter.
Yes, that's true.
And this is so it's so prevalent in the rural areas of Georgia, which can turn an election like that. But again, they follow people down a blind rabbit hole without thinking for themselves. And I tell people all the time, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I guess if you had to call me something, I'm an independent because I'm going with common sense, stuff that makes sense. I'm not blindly following a Democrat just simply because he's a Democrat. I'm not blindly being against the Republican just because he's a Republican. If somebody says something that makes common sense to me, if somebody says something, man, look, I want to try something this way, if I can believe in what it is that they're saying, and of course I'm going to do my history, I'm going to background check, I'm going to see what they've done in the past. Because you're not going to tell me that you're going to be for civil rights and then, you just turned in your membership for the Ku Klux Klan. I'm not voting for you, okay, because of your past, because I've done my homework. But but that's what happens with a lot of people, though. They like what someone said with the passion and the virility that they say it in, and they call that the truth. And I think that's the problem with that's how dangerous it is in this society now. And that's why I wanted to have you come on so people could get to know you and give us a little background in what made you want to run for state senate.
I feel like I can make an influence on a state level that would help bring some money, bring some influence, bring some things back to the District of 46 so we can start improving it better for all of our lives.
And it's interesting that you say that because there's a group called Impact 46, and I think that's probably where they got that from, was District 46. and it just dawned on me now, and I could be wrong. That's just something that I'm saying. I could be wrong. But when you say bring money for what?
Oh, I feel like we need to improve our roads, school safety, school education, better our educational systems.
Right. Because and when you say better educational system, and I was just been in a sad state of affairs for a long time, and I won't discard anybody's name person, but I knew we were in trouble. This was, I think it was like in 2004. I asked a high school graduate in this area who I'm almost embarrassed to say it, who the vice president of the United States was. They didn't know.
But I feel like our
they
teachers
didn't know, and they had they just marched across and received a diploma, and these were the people that we were sending out into the world. That's 2004. That's a 21-year-old now.
Yeah, because that's our future coming up.
That's my and you say right into what I was talking about. That's my point. That person is 21 years. They're 38 years old now. But at that time, like I said, that was 21 years ago. But we were turning kids like that loose on society with not even the basic knowledge of what politics is and how it works. Which is why I'm so grateful for my civics teacher and my American history teachers and my American government teacher. Mr. Eugene Thomas taught me everything I knew about civics when I was in the 8th grade. In this very school, this used to be a middle school. Okay. In this very school here, he taught me, but it was the way that he taught it. It captured me. I was like, and I learned about Brown versus Board of Education. I learned about all of that kind of stuff, and it carried me. So when I did get to start paying attention to politics, it wasn't all foreign to me. He taught us about the legislative branches. You'd be surprised at how many people don't know the three legislative branches and their functions. But their voters.
That's true.
That's sad, which brings me back to what I was saying about an uninformed voter. You get just because you like the way somebody said something. Yeah. You'll say, oh, okay, I like the way he said that. I'll vote for him.
He didn't really say anything.
He didn't. Oh man, you said a mouthful there. He said, and if you could wake up tomorrow and change 3 things in the districts that you serve, that you're proposing to serve, what would they be? What would be your 3 top priorities to change?
Well, one has always been we need to improve our roads conditions around here, bring in more jobs so we have jobs to work, and bring more affordable housing to this area. Period.
Wow. Yeah, affordable housing, and I think it's such a disconnect with what people consider affordable housing, because I look at, okay, I got my first apartment. This was in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
2-bedroom apartment, 2 bath. I was paying $325 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That very same apartment right now is almost $2,000 a month. It's the same apartment. But the jobs, the pay doesn't
match.
It doesn't match that. I mean, and I think that's the disconnect between Washington and the public,
Mm-hmm.
or any candidate and the public. But when you say affordable housing, it means to me being able to afford where I live.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But when they say affordable housing, now, I mean, houses started. You would be hard pressed to find a new home under $400,000.
That's true. I feel one thing we have to do is increase the minimum wage, especially right here in Georgia, because people are not being able to afford those homes.
I don't understand what the minimum. See, and that's another thing. I didn't understand what the minimum. I always thought growing up that the minimum wage was the government saying that if you make this amount of money, you should be able to live.
Basically,
I worked. That's basically what I thought that it meant. Nobody told me that. I didn't read that in a book. I just figured that's what minimum wage was. As I'm older now, because when I was working, my minimum wage, I worked at a job for $2.10 an hour. That was minimum wage. But in that same environment, if you had a job making $5 an hour, people thought you were making it.
Yeah.
And if we got one making 8 and 10, like my stepfather did, he got one making like 10. This was in 1972, 73.
Mm-hmm.
So we were still at the poverty level. You see what I'm saying? But here's another thing. I mean, you go back, the house that we bought was a Jim Walter home, $15,000. You know how much that house is now?
Probably like $400,000.
It's over $300,000. And that was with the land, because they had this thing. I'll never forget. I don't know why I remember this stuff. Maybe something's wrong with me. They had to say $1 a deed is all you need for a Jim Walter thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom had bought. She had an acre of land, an acre and a third. She bought it for $825. Don't know how I remember myself. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But and this was in 1972. For $825, she bought an acre and a third.
Wow. She wouldn't be able to buy it today.
You couldn't buy not close to that now. If you walk over $828 talking about an acre and a third, folks will have you arrested for being insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get you far off topic. What is it about the district that you're proposed to serve that inspires you to want to serve?
The people. I want to serve the people.
The
most.
people.
Because I believe we have very good people that live in this district, and they're not being served correctly in the Senate today.
When you say they're not being concerned, what are they missing?
The senator who serves us doesn't do anything too much, I feel. He's very... He covers himself, I should say.
When you say, so I know, trust me, I'm not trying to get messy or nothing here, but when you say cover himself,
he walks a straight line. So he's a Republican, he walks a Republican line.
So if it's right, but the Republicans say we're doing it this way,
he's going to follow the group.
He's going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think he would do that? Because
he's aspiring for another office around Georgia, so he just followed the party lines to stay in.
Does people? So you don't think he's not running? He's not running for re-election?
No, he's not.
He's not. Okay. So
this is an open seat.
So it's an open seat. Explain that. When you say it's an open seat, what does that mean?
That means anybody who qualifies can run for this seat.
And what's it take to qualify?
To go down to the state in March, pay your fee, not a little fee, but your fee.
I'm just saying, I don't think that word fee just sounds.
That gets you on the ballot, gets your name on the ballot, and then you have to qualify also by living in the district. You cannot live outside the district and run for this district.
Okay. and you meet all those qualifications.
Correct.
Correct. So you're a family man.
Yes.
Uh, Give me the breakdown of your family. Wife, 2 kids, a dog.
Just one wife. Been married almost 20 years.
Been married almost 20 years.
Correct.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. My son bites me. Let's go ahead. There we go. Me myself, I've been married for 2 years, but my wife and I've been knowing each other since I was 21.
Okay.
So 20, I was 20 and she was 17. So we've been knowing each other for a long time. So marriage is a very, and you said 21 years?
Almost 20 years. Next year will be 20.
Next year will be 20?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get that wrong and get you in trouble, I'm telling you. So I heard. I ain't got any, I'm only 2 years in, so I ain't got enough to get in trouble. But my brother, he's been married 40 something years. He told me all about what not to be. Be careful when it comes to being married. But so what is it? And again, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and being here with us. And but again, I just want to know what are you doing to get your name out there? Say somebody's at home and I'm thinking about running for office and they want to use your blueprint to get their name out there. What kind of strategies are you using, so to speak?
Well, I hate to give all my strategies.
No. You don't have to give all. Just your basic. No, yeah, because you got to keep something for yourself.
I'm meeting with each one of the Democrat, because I'm running as a Democrat. Mm-hmm. So I've been meeting with each one of the county Democrats, the county chair,
the county chair,
and talking to them and getting their support on my run.
So is this where Shelby Alexander comes in?
Yes.
Shout out to Shelby Alexander because she's the one who put this thing together. Thank you so much, Shelby, for thinking about me. And my little old podcast, like I said, I consider this an honor. And like I said, I just wanted to come on and get people to know you. Mm-hmm. And that's what I said, we'll talk about some of the issues. And you said the monies for the roads seems to be a huge issue with you. Mm-hmm. Why wasn't that an issue with the one who sits in the chair that you're aspiring to now? Why do you think that wasn't one? Because
I couldn't tell you.
Because money is appropriated.
Yes.
But so a lot of times it's appropriated for this, but then they change their mind. Well, let's do it for this.
Yeah, we can cut it for this and do it for over here, because this senator's fighting more for this area than the other one. Yeah.
Why do you think that? Because that exists everywhere. People can say what they want to. That does exist.
That does exist. But I believe by having better, safer roads, we could bring in more jobs into the area. That'll bring more commerce, more people. We could better serve those people correctly.
When people come in here for jobs, like having Caterpillar brought to Athens, I thought that was huge. I don't know the particulars of what was in behind all of that, but that type of industry, I think, is what you're saying that this area needs more of. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, a lot of those smaller rural areas. They get shunned out when it comes to those kind of things. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is?
Because you have nobody at the state level fighting for these people to bring in these jobs when they're looking to build a plant.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, let's go to Savannah and build a plant, or let's go to Columbus and build a plant. But what about the people in Athens, in Winder, in Monroe, in Oconee?
Yeah, that's what
we have to live too.
Yeah, but why do you think they go to those smaller rural areas like Savannah? Because is it so they can pay a lower wage? Because when you look at a place like, and I just read this on the internet, so if you jump in my chat DM and tell me you're lying, this is what I read. I heard that Brunswick, which is down in South Georgia below Albany, is really bad. Mm-hmm. That as far as job wise, economy wise, that it's one of the worst places in Georgia to live right now. Because they listed 10, but Brunswick kind of struck home because I went to college in it used to be called Albany State, now it's called Albany University. Because we didn't have no money then. I guess once they got some money, now it's a University of Albany State. But this was back in 1981. But it would seem like a senator would look at that area that's in that plight and that's suffering like that and try to do something. Like there was a job program that got shut down I'm sure you heard about it. And it was training people for jobs, housing them, and all of this stuff. And then all of a sudden, and again, if this is a lie, then this is what somebody told me, because I read this. It was shut down without notice. They just came in one morning and said, "No more. That's it." And stuff like that doesn't happen overnight. There are meetings before the meetings.
There are
always
meetings before the meetings.
So somebody had to say, and why did they not know it till the day of?
No, they knew it before then, but they have backdoor issues that happen, things that they feel like are more important, and those issues get pushed to the back.
More important than people.
Sometimes.
More. But isn't politics supposed to be about people?
That's what I feel like. Our government's only here to help us when we're not able to help our own selves. They should be there to help us, give us a hand up, and keep us on the right. But I feel like too many people take advantage of that.
On both sides? Or
both sides. Both sides.
See, that's what I like about you. I like people that are objective, that you don't just see things. It's got to be all their fault. It's got to be all their fault. But it's like you said, and I think both the Democrats and the Republicans, there's a ground there that they can come to and help this country. They can. They really can. But they got to see that once that I may be wrong about this and they may be wrong about this, let's come together and see what we can get right for the people. Because I'm sorry, I just don't believe that some of the Democratic programs I don't even agree with, because they don't have an out.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? They don't have outs. They don't have, okay, we're gonna put you in Section 8 housing. But people turned it into 20 years and they're on Section 8 housing.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? When I think it should be, I'm gonna put you in Section 8 housing, but you got to be off of Section 8 housing in 2 years. You got to be off Section 8 housing in 3 years. If you're not, you just off the program. And it's not because we didn't try; it's because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Why can't the Democrats take that kind of approach? Well, we got to help these people as long as we can. My mom had a saying, you help those who help themselves.
That's true. That's why we got to do bringing things to help people, like mental health.
I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, mental health. That is a huge issue. Shout out to AHF and the Rural Women in Action. That's one of the pillars that they stand on. Miss Tammy Kennedy, shout out. That's one of the things that they're standing on, and it's one of the things that's being pushed to the forefront. And I'm glad you, as a politician, is stating that, because there's a lot of that is at the root cause of a lot of our problems as well.
That's why I feel like some people can't move off of Section 8, but if we bring them the help they need, like the jobs, the education, the training they need to become more efficient in society, they can do it. But we got to help them by bringing them. That's why I feel like government's there to help people. And
we're 100% in agreement on that. But then, like on the Republican side, it's almost like they say, why should we help them? They ain't doing nothing for themselves. I mean, you take this thing about when someone says, and I'm not calling anybody's name, you fill in the blank yourself. What do you got to lose? You know how insensitive that is? You're acknowledging that I don't have anything. And since you ain't got nothing anyway, come over here and have nothing. It wasn't say, what have you got to lose? Look, I could understand if he said, well, you ain't got nothing now. I guarantee you, if you come with me, I can give you something. But that's not what you said. No. You said, what do you got to lose? Come over here and have nothing.
Yeah. So,
you see what I'm saying? That's why I said there's such a disconnect and such a need for people to stay divided for whatever reason. And I don't agree with that at all. The Democrat, Republican, neither. I don't agree with none of that. Because I'm more of like a people person, and I want to help as many people as I can with whatever resources that I have. And I have limited resources. Because I got a platform here, which is why I like bringing people like you on, because to let people know that there are human beings still in politics. There are because you sound like you're very sincere, and I for one hope that you win, and we'll be casting a vote for you. And if anything I can do to help, in that regard, by all means, because you're a person that I feel like I can trust.
Yes.
Because you're talking about the people, and that's what politics is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
But it's turned into power, PACs and all this other good stuff. Sweetheart deals, stuff like that. What can you do for me? What can you do for me? And it's not about what can we do for the people. And anytime you stand there, both of you guys are arguing about how to help or how not to help a certain group of people, that's not progress.
No, it's not.
And I myself have a problem with that. When people say stuff like that, I just don't get that they don't understand that it's still about people. I'm a sports fanatic, and one of the greatest sports heroes that I don't think gets celebrated enough, and I think you maybe know it. Arthur Ashe was such an ambassador. Arthur Ashe used to wear a T-shirt, and I used to love it because I found out the meaning behind it. He wore a T-shirt that said "Citizen of the World." That's what we all are.
Yeah.
God made all of us. And God doesn't vote Democrat, Republican, or Independent. God votes for what? God's on the force. Whatever side is right, there you'll find God. Whatever side is good, that's doing good. That's where you'll find God. And why wouldn't we all want to be where God is?
That's true.
It's and we leave God out of a lot of stuff.
Oh, we do. We really do.
And I understand the separation of church and state and that law. Again, shout out to Mr. Eugene Thomas. Taught me about all this stuff when I was in the 8th grade in this building. But they said, well, that's what happened. They shouldn't have took prayer out of school. They didn't take it. If they took it out of school, they didn't take it out of your house. They take it out of your house. Why you and your child can't pray before they go to school? My mom used to pray with us before we went to bed every night. He would line us all up. It was 4 of us, because I lost my dad when I was 8. But spirituality was always very important to her. She was 26 years old, and she's all of a sudden she's a widow with 4 boys, trying to raise them the best way she could. With 9th grade education, but prayer was very important then. And that's like they're saying in the Bible, you raise a child up in the way he shall go, and he shall not depart. Coming back, and I've come back to that. I strayed from it for a while, but I'll come back to that. But you want to blame somebody else, for something that you can do yourself. They took prayer out of school again. They didn't take it out of your house.
That's true.
But the area that you're talking about. What is it that you how would you help change the dynamic that's going on now? Because it seems to be stagnant. For lack of a better word, it's really stagnant. What would you call it?
Yeah, I would say it's stagnant. We have certain areas that are flourishing better than others. So I feel like if we bring all our leaders together, we could come up with a plan that could develop the whole area. A plan that helps everybody succeed. Yeah,
and I like that because at the grassroots level, you got some really good people in Athens. Because I've had some interaction with some of them. Shout out to Miss Hattie Muckle, who's an awesome advocate for rights, civil rights, not just black, for rights. Period. For people. She's such a sweetheart, and I got to have her back on pretty soon. Kind of lost touch. I had a tragedy in my life last year. Death of my son.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And trying to get back on the horse now and get stuff back going. A lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we got a gala coming up October the 18th, and again, I welcome you to come. If you would like to come, bring some of your literature. Could possibly give you, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, to talk about your campaign, because I think you said qualifying is in March. We'd love to bring your lovely wife, just to help get your name out there. And if there's anything the It's a Wrap with Reggie Sam podcast can do, by all means, let me know, because you're a candidate that I feel that really cares about people, and that is what is really needed. That's what's
been missing, I think. It's
agree.
The caring about the people.
I agree. But they're secondary. Yeah. Because the first thing you want to do.
I don't even think it's secondary sometimes.
Oh my goodness. But here's the thing. And how long did it take you before you? What was the one thing that you saw? You know what? I'm sick of this. I'm gonna do something about this. Or was there a moment like that where you say, you know what? I'm running for it. When was that moment that you said, you know what? I can make a difference. When did you believe in yourself and say, you know what? I can do better than this?
It was after the election of our current president.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening how people were talking, how they were so disappointed and disgusted, and how they were so down about him getting in office, and how he was changing so much stuff right off the bat, and people was upset. And I was like, shoot, I'm gonna stand up and fight and help these people out, because I feel like we can succeed if we can stand up.
So you decided not to be silent.
Yes.
And that in itself takes courage,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you said, he did a lot of stuff but a lot of it was for show. But again, you got people who don't know how politics really work.
True, and he's
Like
not lied, but what he told us what he was gonna do, and they still
And then you act surprised. But here was the thing. My thing with the executive orders, I thought that was just a show, because it's unnecessary. Because if you just voted straight party lines, which I'm pretty sure that they were going to do, all of that stuff was going to pass anyway. You see what I'm saying? Because you got the House and the Senate and the presidency. All three. Why you need an executive order?
That's true.
But a lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't know that, because they don't know how politics work. They don't know the legislative branches and their function and how they work.
But he didn't want to go through the argument and the fight with the Congress over these items, because it would have been an argument and a fight, and it would have been brought to the public. It would have slowed down what he was trying to put through.
Yeah.
So by using an executive order, he pushed it through quicker than he would have trying to go through Congress.
Well, and a lot of those executive orders that people are finding out now are seeing that. Wait a minute. You see what I'm saying? Whoa.
Yeah.
What? But it's too late now. It's too late now, and I don't know the state of this country. But like I say, like me and my brother and I were talking, he would say it's dangerous for people who can't think for themselves and just follow people blindly, Democrat or Republican. You know, because there's people on the Democratic side lying as well, and there's Republicans lying, but the biggest of them all. I'm just sorry. That I don't, and it's not for me to say. Well, like I say, I do vote.
Yeah.
I am a voter. And have been since I was 18 years old. Eugene Thomas and imputed into me how important that was, how special that was, and how that's why when some people say stuff like, hey, my vote doesn't matter.
It does matter, because you look further down that ticket to your mayor, your commissioners, that vote does matter.
But
Your
that's the
state
thing
reps,
that's the thing that you can't get people to understand. Your local elections are more important than any national election.
they are.
It's important who your mayor is.
Yes.
It's important who your councilmen are. It's important who your school board members are. It's important, who your county commissioners are. All that stuff is important. So what you saying, because even you go back as far as when Barack Obama was running, I saw people just walk into a voting booth and just vote for Barack Obama and leave.
But you had more people
but you had more work to do, but you didn't do it. But you just walked out there. I just voted for Obama. I didn't vote for nothing else. There were amendments and stuff that directly affected you on your local ballot that you paid zero attention to. And then when they passed them, not because you didn't vote against them, then you started blaming Barack Obama. He ain't gonna do nothing. He can't do nothing. And I was like, I just look at him and laugh. I feel sorry for you. I want to give you a hug and rub your head because you poor misguided soul. You had the opportunity
to change
it, but you just in your, narrow-mindedness. Because I don't want to call people idiots. I don't know unless they're idiots, but I don't want to. In your narrow-mindedness, all you did was vote, but you didn't vote for the governor that backed Barack Obama. You didn't vote for the mayor that backed the governor that backed Barack Obama. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you're saying he couldn't do anything. At the national level, rarely is anything that they're going to do going to affect you.
That's true. It's more your local
That's
stuff.
more your local. That's why you need to pay more attention to your local elections
Yeah.
and to what's going on locally around you, so you can understand that when you understand that federal money is coming in, and it may be coming in for your area, but but it's going somewhere else. But you know why? Because that person is not in step with the person that sent the money.
Or they're in step, but they're getting a kickback. Just keep their mouth shut.
Just give it. There you go. And I hate to say it, but politics is a dirty business.
It is. So you elected somebody who is willing to keep their mouth shut just for $1.
That's dangerous.
Yes, it's very dangerous.
That's dangerous. That is so scary. But again, it's the way of life.
It is.
And I hate that. And I hate that. Well, as I told you when you and I first had our conversation, again, shout out to Shelby Alexander, which is why this came to fruition. And we can do this again if you want to.
Yes, please.
Absolutely, absolutely, we can do this again. And like I say,
we got plenty of time to know.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So are you making the rounds to all the churches too?
I'm making rounds to churches, to Democratic parties, to people who got influence. I'm looking for donations. You can go to my website at wgaulden.com. I'm talking to anybody who will let me talk to them. Pretty much.
Okay, and you said that website again is wgaulden.com. I'll post that link when I repost these videos too, because I'm like I said, we're broadcasting live here on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. But I'll go back in the description and I'll put that in there. And of course, I share it again on my other Facebook. I got like 5 Facebook pages.
Okay.
But my main source is the podcast. Like I said, we got almost 10,000. We got 647 subscribers.
That's great.
I need about 350 more because I want that $10,000. I mean $10,000. The 10,000 subscriber plaque. Okay, because they give you milestones. You get 5. Like we got to 5. Our next one is the 10. We've been stuck at this one for a long time. So maybe your appearance here will help boost our subscription. And Reggie, you didn't get a chance to come on. I don't know what happened to you, because I was certainly looking for you, my brother, but he did not show up. But again, this has been great. And is it anything you want to say before we get out of here? Does anything that we didn't touch on that you want to touch on?
If you need to reach out to me, go to my website, wgaulden.com. Please donate, because $5 helps a lot. And thank you for having me on. Yeah.
Listen, guys, especially not just if you're just in the Athens area, because that was my mistake. I think it was just in the Athens area, but like you said, it's called, I guess you said 46.
District 46.
District 46,
Seat 46.
Seat 46, which covers Barrow,
Gwinnett, part of Gwinnett, part of Barrow, half of Clark County, all of Gwinnett. All of Oconee County, all of Walton County.
All of Walton County. Wow. Okay, you guys hear that? So if you guys are in those areas, he's looking for an opportunity to come and speak with somebody. So if you got a local group in any of those areas, civic group, social club, or you have an event, give my friend here a chance to come by and speak. I don't know if you knew this or not, but this is going to be some free advertising for the Statham Sunflower Festival. Sunflower Festival on the 20th. Or you would love, but that would be a great opportunity to get out and meet and greet.
I will be there with the Democrats, with the Barrow County Democrats.
Okay, with Miss Shelby Alexander again. You be out there. He'll be out there, so you can come out there and meet and greet him yourself. We didn't have much activity in the live chat. A couple of likes and people. I got 3 people watching, but they're not letting who they are know who they're. They're not letting the president they'll be known. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. And everybody else that watching. But again, if you're in any of those areas, Walton, Oconee, Clark, Barrow, if you got any opportunities for my man William to come by and speak with you guys on what's going on, churches, civic groups, social clubs, if you're having a barbecue, he'll bring some ribs. Just kidding. But let's do what we can to put out. Like I said, me myself. We don't really call ourselves a political podcast, but we do talk common sense over here. We have talked a lot of common sense, and I think we have gotten people got a good idea, understanding of who you are and what you stand for. And I've said, me myself, as on behalf of Reginald Rutledge, the other half of my partner for the It's a Rap with Reggie Sam Parker. He lives in Alabama, by the way. He moved to Alabama, but we still try to do it remote. And again, we could do it. Me, you, and I could do it. Bro. We could do it from your home to my house. I mean, you could be at home. We could do it, like this too. So we could get it done that way too. Again, because I look to have you to come back on. Like I said, and like I said, this is a selfish plug. The Hope for Xavier Foundation is having our Black Tie Gala. It's our 10-year anniversary in memory of my son who passed away last November. This will be his 10-year anniversary. We're going to try to make it special. Tickets are $25 at the Jefferson Civic Centers. You can pick up tickets at the barbershop here in Winder at Razor's Edge. Shout out to Mr. Quincy Bennett for being a ticket hub for us again this year, and we certainly appreciate it. You can place an ad in the program. You can get a full page ad, an 8x11 full sheet color for $100. You can get a half a page for $50. You get a quarter page for $25, and you can have the picture of your business card listed for just $15. So that's another way for us to drive up money. And because of all the funds that we generate from the gala go to the Wanda Lene Emerson Thompson Memorial Scholarship Award winner. And anybody that doesn't know the story of that, come to the gala, and of course we'll always give you the backstory. Wanda was one of the founders, of the idea, because she passed away before we got a chance to even have the first gala. But so to keep her alive, we memorialized a scholarship in her honor, and we give away a couple of scholarships every year to people that are going to school, Athens, Jefferson, Winder, Walton, anybody. It's open to anybody. For whatever reason, the recipients this year kind of escaped me, because I think we got two, if I'm mistaken. But yeah, come out and enjoy. We got a live DJ Kiki Mayweather on the ones and twos, as they like to say. It sounds so old when I say that. And my brother, who is a photographer, he will be on site too. And let me plug him. He's having it's called a pit group, master group. Is it called pit or master? Dale, are you listening? Because it's about men. It's called Iron Sharpens Iron. It's a ministry that he has. Of course, he's the head pastor at the Snellville Christian Church in Snellville, Georgia. Registration is $50, and it's going to be that includes breakfast and an awesome dinner. The guy's going to be there. I guess they call them pit masters, and that's how they grill, showing you the secrets on how to grill. I just eat. I don't barbecue. I can't grill anything. I'm strictly financed when it comes to grilling. That's what I tell anybody. You call it a character flaw if you want to. I can't grill, and I have zero desire, but I love me some good barbecue. But anyway, get back to his it's kind of like growing his men's ministry. It's about a great word to be had, which would be a great time for you, great chance for you to come out too. But it's going to be the same thing. Like I said, it's on the 20th. That's when the Statham Sunflower thing is going on too. I forgot about that till just now. But anyway, of course, I got to go support my brother. I'll still make an appearance there too. Stop by the Democrats and chat it up with you guys for a little while before I'm on my way to Snellville. But those are what I've got coming up on the It's a Wrap with Reggie and Sam podcast. We are, again, like I said, a podcast of the people. Mr. William Gaulden, thank you so much for being here. We really enjoyed it. I'm gonna get me a live audience. And again, like I said, anything you want to say or shout out to somebody before we sign off here?
Just thank you for letting me be on today.
No problem. Thank you for thinking of us again, Shelby. Thank you for this.
Thanks for Shelby. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Shelby, for hooking this up. And like we like to always say at the end of every podcast, it's a wrap. And let's go. Again, Mr. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
And I'll send this link to you.
Okay.